whether you're a mom or a dad, and you've put yourself that the only thing you're doing is taking care of the house and taking care of the children.
Yeah.
What happens when the children grow up and leave?
Exactly. Useless man, such conversations. Or are you
Yes.
or not?
I used to be a career woman. I had my own challenges trying to give birth. Got my children, took off for like over 3 years, not doing any work. You think it's a sacrifice for your career, but you're doing much. It's an investment for the future generation.
Because sometimes depression looks like laziness.
Yes, actually, I was
you think this person is being lazy, but he's not well.
I was going to say, if you find your husband who's a stay-at-home husband or father, and you find them, let's say the whole day they're playing with PS or binge watching something, that is someone who's not okay.
Let's say beyond the finances, do I still trust you to tell me what to do and I listen? Or for you to ask me, let's say for tea, and I'm like, hata iskari mindele
and I cannot open up and show that I am not
failing.
I'm failing as a man. I cannot do that. Hey yo people, what's up? It's another episode. And I will be your host today. My name is Robbie Omol, and you can call me Romol.
Yes.
We're here in the house, in his house.
In the his house.
No. Remember those things? No.
In the his house.
Kwadirisha baby. Ndani ya nyumba. And this is Soila and Curtis. Yeah, this is Soila and Curtis.
Yes.
So welcome to this channel. Thank you for joining us today. It's another special episode where we get to talk about amazing things. These are things that we actually just talk about as friends, but you guys get to watch, and this is so cool. So thank you so much for coming through. So I introduced myself, so I'll allow the rest of the members, the cast members, to introduce themselves. Take mbio.
And then mkawacha ile video nyingine tuko na introduction.
Oh wow.
I watched the other one to get the introductions, indeed. So we're going to just jump into today's topic. So today's topic is amazing, it's dope, it's interesting, it's something that maybe might be controversial, but we want to just dive into it and maybe even hear your opinion on it. So we're going to be talking about We're going to be talking about should men be stay-at-home dads?
No.
That's all for today.
Remember to like, comment, and share, subscribe. Please go ahead. Go with bread.
Okay, Kadzo, let's go.
Yes, stay at home dads. If you're acronym, it's sad.
Okay, now that's the real
No, I'm stay at home mom. Sam.
Yeah, some more. Some extra. Can I have eggs and some more? So, some.
Why?
So, based on that, I feel like dads.
Ouch!
I've seen a lot of TikTok and IG videos of stay-at-home dads, and they seem okay in content, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like yes, they can be stay-at-home dads, but they also need something else to feel that that level of fulfillment.
Okay. Let me ask the men. You have pesa si shida. Umeinvest, umefanya nini, so you have money working for you, as they say it. So you don't need to go out to make money. Would you be a stay-at-home dad?
That's a tough question. Very simple. Even if money is not a problem, I can't stay in the house.
You went to Nakujua.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
I think even if money is working for me, I still need it to work for the generations after me. My son, my daughters, who come, their children, their children's children. It needs to work for them as well. And I think a man is his best when he's out looking. You can be stay at home, but you're working online. That's still out looking.
Yeah.
You get. But my opinion or my position is, hey, I'll get claustrophobic. Even if the house is big, I'll still feel 2-3 days tops in the house. Beyond that, hey, we go look for something. Let's go see something. Let's go move something. Let's go make more.
Mr. Omo?
I think I have a different perspective. I think I would agree with Kadzo on this one, because a man can actually be a stay-at-home dad. Like, they can actually, you can find men who just enjoy taking care of the children, cooking, cleaning, doing things in the house, doing groceries, going for those runs and things like that, going for play dates and stuff like that.
Soccer dad.
Exactly. Like, there are men who actually enjoy that, and it is not wrong to enjoy that. In fact, I think it will give the children something special when they get to do that. And actually, there are instances where that has to be the case, because the wife is a career woman and she's at the top of her game in the marketplace. So you'll find a lot of her time really goes to her work. Not that she probably wouldn't want to be home, but she can't come home and do the things that she would probably want to do. Cooking, cleaning, all those things, because she's spent much of her time there. So I think it can work, but the man needs something to drive them. And who's to say family cannot be that drive? Because family is a gate in society, and it's the most, according to me, it's one of the most important gates of society. Because societies are built on families. So I think if the man is able to find purpose in being a stay-at-home dad, go and be great. Do it. Because like I don't see it as the man is just staying at home. Yeah, I really see it as work. It's actually work. Yeah.
That's interesting. Let me share a little story. There's a guy I used to know.
You used to know? You stopped knowing him?
I still know him.
Okay.
Is he dead?
Whether it was in the spirit or in the flesh, I do not know.
I see what you've done there.
Yeah, but I remember back in 2018, there's a very weird period Soila and I had. I lost my job. 2 months later, she lost hers. So we were both at home. None of us was going to work. But then she got a job before me. When we were trying to apply, she got a job before me. And that job was very engaging. So she would leave when it's dark, come back home when it was dark. So I was actually what Rob is described, just that we didn't have kids at the time. But I would cook, clean, wash dishes, blah, blah, blah. Because obviously I can't be at home the whole time, waiting for her to get home when it's dark so that she can cook and wash dishes. So I used to do all that. But as I've shared in other videos, I started battling depression at that time. At that time, I didn't know it was depression. I just thought I'm having a tough time. It's later on when I started to think back and just look at what depression is that I realized, oh, kumbe I was actually, and the thing about depression is that by the time you realize you've been depressed, it's been going on for some time. You don't notice it the first day. You've already been in it. But I remember one time my mom called me. I was washing dishes. My mom called me when I was washing dishes. So we just started talking. She was asking me, how are you doing, blah, blah, blah. So I just told her what I was going through and how I'm feeling. Akanambia, what are you doing right now? I told her I'm washing dishes. Akanambia, you need to get out of that house. At that time, I didn't understand what she was trying to allude to. She was like, you need to leave those dishes, finish with those dishes, and go out. Just go look for something. And at that time, I was like, hey, I thought my mom is being very traditional. I was like, hey, funny, I can't do things in the house. It never hit me. It's later on that it occurred to me that there's that state of me. Now, I don't want to use the word reduced, but just allow me to use it because it's what came to my mind first. That place of being reduced to now just doing house chores was doing something to me. And I didn't realize it at the time. It's later on that I began to realize, I don't know where I read, there was something about men just being built for adventure and being outdoors and going to look and all that. And when you put a man in an environment where they are not doing all that, they begin to sink inward. I know that's that. It's a book.
It's a book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a book.
Is it not?
Why not?
Yes.
Oh,
You're on the right
idea noted. So later on I realized, kumbe, that's what was happening to me. Now, it's not to mean that a man cannot do those things, but it cannot be your primary preoccupation. And then it reminds me of, Adam. God creates Adam, and the first thing God gives Adam is not even a wife. It's not even a family. It's work. Go take care of the garden. That's the first thing he was given. And then other things came after. So I think for me, it's a balance. It's a balance between, okay, we're in a modern society where both women and men are working. And also there are books that also say that you'll find literature written on how well children develop when the father is constantly present.
It's true.
Probably not constantly, but most of the time. Like the kids have grown up with their dad. So it's also beneficial for the kids to see their dad around a lot.
Yeah.
So for me, I would say it's a very delicate situation where lazima utafute kama mwanaume. And I like the fact that you pointed that you don't have to literally go out of the house for you to do something. You can do it while in the confines of your house. So I think I would combine what you guys have shared as well as that experience that I
had. Life sometimes is a seesaw. In as much as I'm saying, I may not be outside and the like, life can be a seesaw. Maybe now it's me in Nikona. I have the ability to go out. And then a bit later it's her. Because life happens. I wouldn't be, all up in arms and saying, a man must search. Must go and find. No. There has to be some kind of balance. And context also is critical. So if peradventure there's a day you're up and you're way up, utaleta ni pesa, nikae kwa nyumba nikifanyanga ukulima. You get. Yeah.
What do the ladies fear?
They want us to stay at home.
You guys to stay at home. I think my question to you guys, and maybe Rob has answered it, is what's your perception of staying at home, staying at home parent? What's your perception? Do you see it as, okay, you're just home? Do you see as taking care of the kids?
For me, stay at home equals domestic matters.
Okay.
So domestic cleaning, cooking, laundry, running around after the kids.
Yeah.
For me, that is because when you're staying at home, those are the things you are looking after.
Okay.
So for me, that's my idea of stay at home.
But isn't that work?
It is work.
Yeah.
It is work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Namusini cancel.
That's so good.
So, did you hear what Curtis said? And subscribe. They made them sit on the floor.
I feel like if that's the only thing you're focusing on, your mind can retrogress.
Yeah.
With the time, it's important work. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, we were home during COVID times, and I saw what women go through. Nikazi.
Yeah, it's work.
But if that's all you're focusing on, and you are not doing anything to just keep your mind occupied, akili waza kunini, you start going backwards.
I honestly
I have a question after that.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with also women. Even if we are stay-at-home moms, and we care for all these things, there's a place whereby even if you're called to be the homemaker and all that, there's a different assignment, not really different, but there's another level of seeking in your mind that you constantly want to find, and not just settle to changing, cleaning, feeding, and the cycle continues. There's still a desire within you that there's something much more.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you leaving the house and going to an office. It would also you starting out a business based on your homemaking things. You understand? Like, how else do you, it's not just you, how are you empowering other people outside of you and your family? I think with God and the things that He's given us, the gifts that He's given us, should also benefit other people. So what have I learned about being a stay-at-home mom and the things that I'm learning? Package it in a way. Is it in a book? That's still doing something. You're empowering yourself to be a writer. And what are you writing on? I'm writing on the topic that I'm deeply into. Being at home, take care of children. How does it? So I think there's just a much more, even to us as women, when we stay at home, it's a really important work, but it also grows something in us.
Can I just add on what Soila said? I think for me, that has really been a struggle. Like, finding yes, there's more that I know I'm supposed to do, but getting out of that space of, I don't know if it's depression or whatever. Like, it's finding yourself. Like, now I'm in a better place, but there was a time I couldn't see beyond that. I think I was so caught up in, oh my God, this is the day to day. I'm not able to provide financially. I'm not able to do this and that and that and that. So coming like in that space and in my thoughts, it was really hard for me to actually take a step and be like, okay, just thinking outside the box. Yeah.
I was looking for.
It will come. After who you itakuja kwako.
After here. You're sure?
Yes. You promise.
Okay.
Unless we get something.
I was trying to find the dad on Instagram. I can't remember. I was trying to find the page, but I can't remember. He's a stay-at-home dad, but I think because of that, he started a page about it, his journey, and now he gives tips to dads and whatever. And it's really, he even has a book about it.
He's making money. It's working.
Like, even there are those ones who they do content creation.
That's work. That's
work. Yeah, there's content creation as them as stay-at-home dads, and that's actually they're actually working.
Yeah, and I think if you do, I think it boils down to that engaging them. Because
challenge your mind. Because
I think how I see guys, if your mind isn't challenged, because staying with the kids sometimes, their vocabulary is already limited. So
you can't have an intellectual conversation.
Exactly. I think I'm sorry, nilikwambia ikikuja unawacha tu nyuma. If you're meant to be the dad that you want to be there at home, and then your kids grow up, how are you teaching them? Yet you haven't been outside there. How do you disciple them to be men in society, to source for food? How do you disciple them to make money, to make wealth in a way that it's inclusive? Yes, you've stayed at home and all that. How did you might have been able to do that because your money is not working for you. But I think...
So you're trying to say the kids need to see
an example.
An example.
Because children,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think, because you can have a revelation about it, but you haven't gone through it. And all of you guys have experienced something similar to that.
Yeah,
where you know the truth about something, but you have not experienced it yourself. Yeah. So you end up guiding somebody through a certain path, yet you yourself, you have not experienced it. For example, like for me, I'm a leader in church, and I help people. I help walk people through certain difficult situations that I personally have never gone through. Okay. But because I have a revelation about it, because of the empowerment that God has given me, or the teachings and the study that I've also already done, I'm able to help somebody else navigate. You get? So it's sort of like the same thing. Like you'll find the stay-at-home dad is not just staying at home and doing nothing, but they're studying, they are learning,
they're studying and learning.
I've seen my son is very interested in the arts, so I need to connect my child with these kinds of people and these kinds of people. And so if the father is not the one to mentor them, it's still okay. They'll be able to connect them to a mentor who will guide them in that path or something like that. But at the end of the day, the father was very present and was able to help the child navigate.
But you see, you took your time out of... Okay, Edward, speak fast. Edward, speak. Control your mouth.
No, it's okay. Just continue.
No, Edward, speak.
No, continue. Finish your thought.
No.
No,
it's Edward. No, babe, it's Edward's time.
No, you hang up.
See,
the thing I was thinking about was stay-at-home dad. We are only looking at the parenting aspect, not as in I'm flowing.
I like that. See, dad.
No, but the fact, just to give it more context, stay-at-home dad usually implies the domestic dad, and all you do is what needs to be done in the house. And I think that is where the issue is, because even when you say a stay-at-home mom, that's what's implied. You reduce to
domestic chores.
Kazi yako ni chores. But I think I would be okay staying at home if there is still work that I'm doing at home. If there's something that I'm doing
that is not
for
domestic?
Me, yes.
Oh, okay.
You get
that you do that is domestic and something else now.
Something else. Something has to top up. And it's the same even for ladies. Because now when you look at it in one way, like it's stay-at-home dad, one dimension, kazi yako ni watoto, and the like. That's when it feels, do I want to do it or don't I want to do it?
But that's actually... That's very interesting, because even for women,
it's the same thing.
I don't think it's proper to not have something else.
Yeah.
If whether you're a mom or a dad, and you've put yourself that the only thing you're doing is taking care of the house and taking care of the children. Yeah. What happens when the children grow up and leave? So you have no life.
You'll have nothing.
So for the entire 18 years, there's nothing you are building for yourself. So you're starting from scratch.
Even for them, what are you building for them?
Because I don't think it's possible for you to just be home. Yeah, they have a reality show. I don't think it's possible for you to be home and do nothing. Like, let's say, I think let's say your scenario yako, I don't think by the time your child is actually, let's say you can give yourself time if it's hard for you, and give yourself time until your children start going to school.
Mm.
Now that you have all that time, what
Yeah.
will you be doing
Yeah.
all that time? You get-
The house is clean.
The house is clean.
They are responsible. They make their own bed. They
they don't need you as much.
and it's good. You can easily go into that depression.
Yeah,
Because like,
yeah.
so what is it that I'm supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
I think earlier on, let's just thank God for what He's given us at home and all that.
Yeah.
But I think there's much more.
Let me ask. We're also considering it like there are no nannies.
Yes,
No,
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 there are no
like-
nannies.
like-
That's it. There's no nanny.
Money is not an issue if there are no nannies.
Okay, they are nannies. Oh, they
Okay, they are nannies.
They're
but,
nannies. Fine,
but,
fine.
but
And you go play golf and you know those things that people
Yeah.
do that money.
When they have money, they
There's
have
that
no work.
of things. Yeah, you go play golf, your
Is
mom
that
on
spending
tea
now?
dates when they spa.
so okay, now
According to the series I watch.
the thing that I'm thinking about is, if money is not an issue and I have a nanny, do I want to be intentional now in spending time with the kids?
Yeah.
Because now that's proper now parenting.
Mm.
Nanny can deal with anything
Chores.
else.
I have an answer.
You go pick them from school.
You do everything that is related to parenthood.
Mm.
That 100% that I'll do.
But when it's not when you're not parenting, because your kids are in school like from 9 till 10.
You're resting before they come.
I know.
So
I'd get a headache.
Maybe you're
You-
holding
you
just
better
not
not
to
do
rest.
No, I'd get.
No, you can't
by the way,
do it. There's only so many things you
Man,
can
there are various ways of
But like
tilling
now
the
for
land.
me, okay, now
Man.
for me, I'll personalize it. What for like someone like me, I think I would be able to fulfill my purpose with regards to what God has called me in. Not in terms of the marketplace, but in terms
Of home.
of ministry. No,
Family.
not just home.
Family.
Yeah, because like now, like someone like me, I'm always looking for time to be able to do more outreach, more ministry, more like talking to people, preaching, do what, all those things. So if I was a stay-at-home dad, I'd actually have that time. Because once I've sorted the house and I've sorted the kids, now acha nifanye kazi ingine.
That's still work. You see,
It
it's
is
still work.
Yeah. So for but also my other answer to your question as well is if the kids at the early stage, the kids need like 100% attention.
Yeah.
At a certain stage, they don't need 100%. They need like 30%. So when it gets to that stage, you treat the stay-at-home dad aspect like a career change. Like this was my career from age 0 to 8. And now that they are 8 years old and they can jitegemea, they go to school, they do their own things.
They have a structure.
I can now transition to something else.
Yeah.
So like the way maybe you used to be an engineer and then you transition into being a counselor.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes, I like
so
that.
So I would transition from being a stay-at-home dad to having a certain kind of a career.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily like you'll feel okay. For some people, maybe they may feel, manze, I'm so behind. Everyone has already gone ahead and blah, blah, blah. But on the flip side, if you have the right perception, I think it can actually work very well for you. Because someone like this Colonel Sanders started his business when he was 65. 65. And now we are dishing KFC everywhere in the world, you know, because so it's never too late for anything. I think you're just in a race with yourself.
Exactly.
In society.
Actually,
You're in a race with society.
Hey, naangalia Instagram naona umse. No, it happens.
But you can decide. But you can decide
not to fall for the pressure.
But you can decide not to be pressured.
Not to be pressured
by society.
But people race with people on Instagram.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Umse amefanya hivi, hata mimi nataka kufanya hivi.
I have a.
You post, I post. You post, I
But that's
post.
like there's someone that we know that I think lost his job for a very long time. But now, as I think he became a stay-at-home parent, but now he used to he started ferrying kids to school.
Oh, he got the job.
Yeah.
Oh, he got an assignment.
But now, the flip side is now, the fact that you're not having like a proper income.
Yeah.
What does the other spouse do? What are you supposed to do to your, what type of, environment are you creating for your partner who's decided to stay at home? Are you being oppressive? Are you forcing your husband, saying, "Oh, there's nothing that you're doing," things like that?
Useless man.
Such conversations. Or are you?
It's funny because with what he said, and then I'll tie into what you're saying. With what he said, I remember also me as I used to be a career woman. I had my own challenges trying to give birth, got my children, took off for like over 3 years, not doing any work. I'm at home, literally not even thinking about, career. The only thing I'm thinking about my health, my children, my family. That's where I was. Until a time came, I was like, we need to transition now to slowly easing yourself back into career. And during that period, yes, I wasn't thinking about work, but I was also re-strategizing how to rebrand. When you come back, what are some of the things you're going to do that really fill your heart and also fill others? Exactly. So I like that idea of it's seasons of this time my kids are at home. I'm going to sacrifice this aspect of my career. You think it's a sacrifice for your career, but you're doing it's an investment for the future generation. It's an investment to them people who are coming. The unseen, what you're saying. It's the unseen that we are putting in. And so I think it makes more sense with what you're saying and who we are when our partners are in that transitional stage or in that particular season. We were having this conversation with Curtis a long time ago. And what is the role of a man? And I know here we're talking mostly about career and bringing the money. And when you talk about provision, is provision really financial? Or provision is guidance and vision? Can a man really not have money? And you still respect him as your husband. He's still your provider. You might be the one who's bringing the money as the woman, but it's still how, in his lack of biashara and kazi, do you still look at him as a provider?
Come on.
Because can we now define, like, what is provision for men and even for us as women? Because I know there are many women who've complaining about their husbands. He's not bringing anything. And there are those ones who are bad. They're not bringing anything. They're not putting in the effort to bring anything to the family. They are now very comfortable playing PS5 because the wife is bringing the money. Where is the balance? And how can you, as a woman, call out such a man? How would a man want to be called out?
And when you add,
if they
like to be called out, yes.
Also, for the man who's at home, whether let's say it's situational, because how is their mental state, and even if you see your husband is giving up on himself and deteriorating, how do you work with him to get him back to somewhere that is making
that's a very hard perspective. Because sometimes depression looks like laziness.
Actually, I was
you think this person is being lazy, but he's not well.
I was going to say, if you find, like, I'm speaking from my own personal experience. Like, you'd find me, there are times I'll just be... You're the personal. No, like, in terms of... Like, I'm talking about in terms of distracting yourself. Like, if you find like distracting yourself. Like, if you find your times you're distracting yourself, like, those are times maybe you're like, if you find your husband who's a stay-at-home husband or father, and you find them, let's say, the whole day they're playing with PS or binge watching something, that is someone who's not okay. That is not, like, those are just symptoms to
distract themselves from the main that they should be thinking about.
Those are distractions. Yeah.
But because if you're called to be helpers, then how do we as women come
but you are not saying
PS.
You are saying PS is okay though.
It's okay.
Yes, it's okay.
Let's to drop your story. I know Soila is buying me a PS5 soon.
Come on.
So don't change your mind because
PS
of your
is
story.
PS is fine.
It's not a sign of depression.
It's a
very healthy.
It can be used for distraction.
Okay.
But it cannot. Netflix can be used for
We're
distraction.
just saying it can also be one of the functions of the PS. Guys, you're not taking away your PSs.
Yeah.
We are grounding it.
Let it stay. But so now you are going to say something.
Which I have forgotten the noise. But honestly speaking, a man can still be at home, situational as she said, and he can still provide guidance for the family. He can still provide guidance how we are going to spend the money that is coming at this particular season. He can still do that. He's not now, as Curtis said, I don't know, even with the season that he was sharing, it's easy for you to strip yourself of every functionality as a man because there's not financial evidence of what you're bringing home. You can strip yourself of now, even like continuously and forever, sit down and like, I'm not even giving guidance. You decide, a vision. I don't know where we are going because you're done with the money. You tell us where we are going. You're even not as confident of yourself as a man to give counsel because una pesa. Which I don't think it should be just about money. Money is very important and it's one of the, that's how homes are ran. By money and all that. But if we reduce the respect that we give our spouses because of money, I think we lose it there. I think we miss out on a lot because I was listening to something saying that the glory of a husband is the woman. Yeah. Yes. So how I am seen outside there, it's a reflection of who my husband is. It's how he has dressed me, probably in the spirit and all that.
That's what I was going to say. I think maybe we can. Because there are people who only see provision as financial.
Money, yes.
But what are the other aspects of
provision? What does it mean to be a provider?
Yeah. Before we answer that, I wanted to say, based on what you're saying, I feel like if you, as a wife, you find yourself in that situation, it's going to take you another level of humility.
Humility, that's
to step down yourself. Because other than, let's say now we're talking about money.
Feminists are triggered.
Yeah. Let's say you're bringing in the money. It's not for you to, I'm remembering how in Genesis, it says, and for the woman, let me paraphrase, please.
Will come for you.
Yeah, don't come for me. In Genesis, when they were being cast and all that, everything was happening. One of the things that was spoken about was how you feel like the woman is always trying to fight for power in the husband. And in such a situation, it's very easy for pride to crop up. And that's what I'm saying. It would be another level of humility to still see your husband as a kingmaker in your home.
The kingmaker in your home.
Because beyond the finances, do I still trust you to tell me what to do and I listen? Or for you to ask me, let's say, for tea, and I'm like, hata iskari mimi ndio nilinunua kuniletea chai. And to just dress him like he earns 1 million, even if he doesn't.
But
it takes humility and a lot of love.
It really does.
Because that's one thing that's going to distinguish, that will either help your husband bounce back faster or fall into
completely gone.
And when he bounces back, guess the first beneficiary?
It's
you. It's you. It's actually you.
There's a way that money puffs up the heart. It puffs you up to think that you have everything that you need because of this thing called money. I don't think the writer of scripture was out of his mind when he said you cannot serve God
And money at the
and
same time.
money at the same time, because both come with a sense of security, except one is not really security. So we've gone into
A tangent.
but if the woman has the money, then there needs to be enough of God in her that the money is not an issue.
Exactly.
If the man has the money, he needs to have enough of God that the money is not the issue.
He's not important
Because we didn't get together because we have money. Or because you have the potential to make money. It is the purpose of God that we are able to accomplish together that makes us function. Not that we have money in the account. Because the strange thing about money is there's no time it's enough.
There's always something you need to do that needs more money.
The more money, the more.
the more
And to add on that, if you go together because you both have money, the day that money will quit, you will have no marriage.
Yes.
Because the marriage was the money was the
marriage.
Yeah.
So it's possible to still be a stay-at-home dad, and still give,
and
provide,
still operating
and still provide, and still operate.
Even as a stay-at-home dad,
You
he
are.
is the priest.
He's still the priest. He's still the leader.
He's
But
the
guys,
priest.
can I be devil's advocate?
Do it.
I am putting myself in the place of someone who doesn't understand
Stories are priests.
stories are priest na hizi vitu zote, who doesn't
mjama
understand
amebold.
who doesn't
Yeah.
understand
And maybe they're in the thick of
because
it.
for me,
Step
how
down,
do I
step
see,
down, Deacon.
I see like the question I was asking, like what is provision?
Yeah.
Because if you're able to step it down for someone who can understand that provision is not
I
just
think
financial.
There's something Soila used to do.
Yeah.
And I heard you guys sharing it in a different context. I think you also, there was something similar. That time when I had no job, when Soila had a job, there's something Soila did one day. I didn't even ask her to do it. Nilikuwa tu home, she's come from work, she's like, babe, nimelipwa salo, here's my ATM card, here's the pin. Go withdraw the money and then decide what we are going to do with it. And that thing really touched me because I never asked her to do it. You know, I didn't tell her, I'm the man, so you need to bring your nini. And she did that, and a part of me as a provider that I didn't even know was there. Ikaamuka.
Yes, to stand
No, I can realize, okay. So, hey!
I didn't have to work for this one. I didn't have to work for this
That's why it motivated business ideas. You know, but that thing really, it really woke me up.
Yeah.
You know, because it made me realize, she's not just seeing me as a provider because I have a job. But there's something in me she's trusting that I can even do with the money that she has brought.
Come on.
And it motivated me to be a provider even apart from the money. Like, what else can I lead? And I think you guys also shared something similar. So I think when you're asking what is provision is number one, do you have a vision for your family? All right, that job that your wife is doing. Do you have a vision of what that job can tie in as far as your purpose is concerned?
Yes.
All right. Do you have a leadership of, okay, how many kids do we want? Why do we want this number of children? The jobs we are seeking or the business we want to start. Are we just starting that business because everyone is doing that business? Ama kuna mahali inaenda. So there's a book I'm reading. You guys have heard of the 7 habits of highly effective
families.
So he's written one. It's called the 7
families of people.
Yes,
I saw families today.
Yes.
We actually wanted to go by.
So I'm reading that one, 7 habits of highly effective families. And the one thing he said that every family, he was using the analogy of a plane. That when pilots are flying a plane, it's very common that at some point they'll get out of range. And it's, you're saying as a family, it's normal. Every family sometimes go out of range. But what makes the pilot reach the destination they are going is that they have, what instrument is that they are calling it?
Compass.
They have a compass, and they have the destination.
Yeah.
Alright?
Coordination.
You're about to say wakona pin.
Wakona pin.
Nitumia kwenye Google Maps.
So there's a word he used. It's not destination, but it's more or less the same thing. You're saying you might get out of range, but as long as you have that pin, you will know where you are going.
Yeah.
So as a family, you need a vision and you need to know how to get there. So every once in a while, mutakuwa na, you are getting out of range or whatever. But that thing, at the end of the day, you know that is where you are going. And that is the leadership.
And the fun fact about that very analogy, I learned this week that, rather I'll put it like this. What percentage do you think that a plane flies on the plan? It's okay. You know the way you'd have a flight plan.
Yeah, flight plan.
You'd have a flight plan. Yeah. What percentage do you think that pilots stick to the flight plan?
Like 100%.
I think it's not 100%.
I don't think it's 100%.
So
But 80%.
Maybe like 80, 70.
So they stick to it 70% of the time.
Yeah.
It's not 100%.
It's not 100%.
80.
She says 80. You say 80. You say what?
No, I say like maybe 50.
Like 20.
She's closest. It's actually 10%.
No!
If it's going like this,
blindly.
yes. Do you know why?
Why?
There are so many conditions, situations that they face in the air
That can delay the
change. What helps them is knowing the destination.
The pin.
yes.
It's the pin.
You know where you are going.
You know where you're going.
Oh my god.
I found that to be quite.
And I think that's what husbands are supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Have the pin.
This is where we are going.
Yes.
Go on a pin.
How we get there?
Paris.
How we get to the pin is coordination between me and you.
God.
Yes.
Me, you, and of course now God.
Yes.
Me, you, and God. When you're tutaenda.
Because
God
we
is the
agree on
pin.
that. God is the
God is the destination.
pin.
So I think this all boils down to, if you decided to be a stay-at-home dad or not, whichever way you pick, whichever position you pick, is it helping you get to the destination? I think that should be the question.
Yes.
Do you have a vision?
Yes. If you decide to stay at home or you decide to go out and work, is it helping you get there? So that is the critical question.
And how is your mental health?
It's very important. Nothing is very important.
And if it's not okay, I don't know.
It's just a PS1.
I think if it's not okay, I don't know how.
Seek counsel.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to
Talk to.
Don't die.
Obviously, other men. Although men and talking.
I don't know, men. It's hard to process your emotions through women.
Like
what
let's
makes
say you're
men-
not failing.
Yeah.
Let's say you're failing. Is it hard for you to come to, okay, let's say you and Rob like that. Okay, let's say you and Rob. Is it hard to come and say, I feel like I'm failing as a man?
The way I've seen that, with men, you kind of like have to, we are like onions. You have to peel layers until you get to the core.
And then who's
And
crying
what
and you're
helps-
feeling that on you?
Both of you. and what helps with that is activities. For me and Rob, it's very... Soila anaweza pigia tu washo simu ameambia, hey manze, I need us to talk. They'll just meet and in 5 minutes they are crying, sorting their issues out. Siwezi do hivyo na Rob. It will be very awkward. But what I'll do is I'll be like, hey Rob, ni game gani ya PS4 umegeta? Niambie niko na hii. See, I come, we play. So as we are playing, we are talking. But it's not just playing, we are bonding in the midst of that PS4.
Yeah.
And hapo ndio issues zetu zitatusort. So if you're a wife, please buy your husband a PS5.
Yes, fine.
Yeah, let him bond. PS5. Very important. Let him bond.
Yeah. That's how he'll bond. If you want him to funguka with his boys.
Remember, because what are the alternatives? For us, we don't go to the bar.
Yeah.
We don't have money for road trips all the time. Although it's good once in a while. Once in a while, you can go for nyamchom and all that. You can go golfing. But basically, what I'm saying is, men need activities.
To decompress.
Yeah. But also one thing about men. I hope this point doesn't disappear. One thing about men is, and it has to start from us. So all you men out there, like, it has to start from us. Stop comparing yourself to your friends' to other men who are making it out there, to like comparison is the one thing that will cause you not to open up at all, because you're like, I cannot open up and show that I am not
failing.
I'm failing
I'm
as
needy.
a man. You know, I cannot do that. And so that's what also locks us into a cocoon where if somebody asks you, you'll be like, me, I'm good, Bana, me, I'm great. Yet you're dying inside or something like that. So we have to fight against comparison with others. Compare yourself with yourself.
With yourself.
Such that now when I see that myself yesterday was better than myself today, I need to talk to it. Let's talk. I'm not in a really good space because I don't see myself growing as a person. I'm not seeing any progress as a person in one or two things. So I think that's so important.
It's very powerful.
Yeah, because we really need to see ourselves in a totally different lens. Because that thing for men don't talk, I think the minute, like for me, I don't really believe in it because I've met men who talk and they'll talk and talk and talk and talk because they have gotten to the place where they have the right environment, the right tools
to open up.
Yeah, so, and that's one of the major barriers. The major barrier is usually
feeling safe.
Like
myself.
You have to, and you have to feel like even in your failure, you're still a man, you're still okay, and you're loved. You are precious.
You'll make it out.
You'll make it because
you are the prize.
Because life is full of ups and downs. But what's constant is who you really are.
All right, so I guess that's that. Unless anyone else. So tumeamuaje? You can be a stay-at-home dad.
You can be PS5.
With a
vision.
Talk to someone.
A television.
Alright, so yes guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. I know these conversations are helping somebody. Because by the time you are seeing us talking about it, we've also been helped in one or another, and we are still also getting helped at different levels. So talk to someone, reach out to people in your community, and get help.
To you also.
Reach
out to you. You can follow us.
You guys.
Oh yeah.
To Mothers by Grace.
Reach out to Mothers by Grace and Dads of Grace.
Tell them how to get you online. Instagram. Because you just keep saying Mothers by Grace, but what is that?
Is
it a magazine?
Is it a magazine? Is it a marketplace?
Is it a PS4 game?
By Grace. It's a podcast.
I should do it.
So the Mothers by Grace. I don't know.
The Mothers by Grace podcast is a podcast for mothers who need a whole lot of support
and even more grace.
And we're on YouTube. We're on where you find your favorite podcasts. Whether Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. Oh, Apple Podcast. Sorry, not Apple Music.
Google
Apple
Podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah. So all those platforms, and we're also on Instagram, TikTok. So just follow there so that you can get a lot more information about some of the things that these lovely mothers do. The dogs don't have anything.
No.
We just have support.
Yeah.
And we give grace. Yeah.
You might just see, we should have these two on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yes.
But actually, please, from this conversation, talk to these guys. Just DM. Talk to us. Like there's
the whole community.
We don't have answers. But we have a platform. We have a platform to have these conversations.
Together can actually just even meet up for tea or something. Talk to the men, the women. We could just Let's not complicate it. DM is a bit. If you want to, just say you want to.
Where do you want us to meet?
Let's just do that and meet for tea and talk about these things.
It'll be fun. The other important thing is that when you comment and you like and you subscribe, you tell YouTube that this
you really
content.
You're really the preacher future of the algorithm.
That algorithm one.
Lazima.
You are telling YouTube that this content is important and we want it some more.
Yeah.
So YouTube begins to spread it to other people and recommending it to other people, and then we grow as a channel.
That's true.
And when we grow as a channel, you also grow as our audience. We grow together. So yeah, with that, cheers. All 43 of you, so you know where else you need to go.
43,000.
3,000.
43,000. Not
All
43,000
43,000 of you. After subscribing here, and
Go to Instagram.
Go to
Let's help
Instagram,
Curtis.
soilaandcurtis, and follow there. Once you leave Soilaandcurtis on Instagram, go to TikTok Soilaandcurtis and follow there. Once you leave Soilaandcurtis again, go to M-Pesa
and follow there.
Do the necessary.
Alright guys, cheers.
Bye. Love and light. Inshallah, good vibes.